Thanks be to God. Teacher and preacher Fred Craddock tells a story of a little boy who was carried on his father's shoulders into a shop. The man behind the counter looked up and said to the little boy, "My, aren't you tall today?" In response, the little boy explained, "Well, it isn't all me." There's a whole lot of truth in those simple words spoken by that child. Who we are is never something we accomplish all on our own. We sit on the shoulders of others. We lean on their heights. We learn from their depths. Our lives are lifted by those who have come before us, and they are with us still. This is the very thing the author of the letter of Hebrews wants us to understand. He is writing to a group of early Christians whose faith is flagging. They feel bereft and abandoned. Jesus is gone and hasn't come back in the ways some thought he would. The apostles are also now dead. The community of faith that remains seems small and weak. Still living under the thumb of Roman rule, their safety and their hope feels fragile. They are worried and they are worn out. Into that weariness, the author of the letter to the Hebrews sends a word of encouragement. It comes in the form of a long litany of the ancestors in faith. By faith, Abraham and Sarah moved and Moses stood up. By faith, your forebears passed through the Red Sea from slavery into freedom, from desperation and into hope. By faith, Gideon, Samson, and David followed God's leading. On and on it goes. Even your own fathers and mothers struggled, but they also endured in faith. It's not a dismissal of the challenges that confront the early church. Rather, it's a powerful reminder that they have not been left to face their perils alone. Others before them have been where they are, and this roll call is meant to bring the faithful from the past into the present. It's not unlike what we will be doing in a few minutes, lifting up the members of our own congregation who have died since last All Saints' Day. We remember them. We give thanks that even now they are alive in God's eternal embrace. We say their names also to remind ourselves that by the mystery of grace, they are present with us still. We are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, says the author of the letter. It's as if we are on a track in a huge sports arena running a race, and they are in the stands cheering us on. It's a relay race where we take the baton from those who have gone before us and we complete their laps. It's our turn now to run the race God has set before us. We look to Jesus as they did, keeping our eyes and our hearts fixed on him, the pioneer of our faith. We have one pattern, the way of love. But the saints who seek to follow this way come in all shapes and sizes, all races, genders, nationalities, abilities. Grace takes shape in real human lives in a myriad ways. Saints are not models of perfection. Rather, they are people who open themselves to God's working in and through their particular lives and gifts. We are not meant to copy them, but to draw inspiration from them for our own lives. I remember hearing a story about a man who faithfully came to the synagogue for services each Sabbath, even though he was openly skeptical about the claims of the Jewish faith. When the rabbi asked him about this, the man replied, "Well, Rabbi, people come to the synagogue for different reasons. For instance, Saul Levin comes to talk to God, and I come to talk to Saul Levin." It's a good idea. When the love of God feels far away to you, look to the people for whom God is very real. Fix on these folks, the ones you see God luring to goodness and giving love away. And if you don't know what the love of God means for you, love the lovers of God. Learn from them and receive the gifts they have for you. Who are these people for you? Call them to your mind. I invite you to close your eyes and to imagine them now. Think of the people whose lives inspire and touch you. Consider how their wisdom and their ways have shaped your life. Who are the saints, past and present, cheering you on? Who are the people who have loved you over the years, who have been there for you during difficult times, supporting without judging you? Who are the people who celebrate your successes with you, who share with you your greatest moments of joy? Who are the people who appreciate you and invite you to be and to become more fully your best self? If you're not sure who those people are for you, consider the people in this room, all of whom want to be that for you. Feel the encouragement. Feel our love. Know that this cloud of witnesses, past and present, is always with you, surrounding you, supporting you, and cheering you on. Amen.